Hi, welcome to my new healing channel. My name is Allura. I've been inspired by a lot of YouTubers, random, subjects galore, to quelch my own fears and hopefully serve as a guide by my fusion healing techniques. I have to tell you, I'm done. I am done apologizing for who I am, what I stand for, being creative, colorful, cultural, and inspirational. I no longer need to apologize, and it's about time, unfortunately, in my mid 40s, to stand firm and show people that spirituality and the way to healing, whether through my devices that I do dub as fusion, because I take reiki and what I've learned as master shamanic Native American work, different cultural backgrounds, as a modem to help people, as well as real talk. For example, the actual basis for this particular episode is getting rid of one's fear. The reality is, all of us have innately some fear, whether it was inbred in us at an early age or something that we developed feeling rejection. I like to call it the child fear syndrome. It does stem typically from the past. Ask and read up on Freud if you must. But at some point, a very important word and phrase to tell yourself is, regardless of the pain and the fear, it's only as true as you make it. And whether or not it was started or there was a catalyst for this fear, there is at some point an expiration date on blame. So taking accountability is probably the biggest thing I can help guide people to understanding their own fears. Realistically speaking, fears, although are in the spiritual world considered a phenomenon that is not real, to some of us it's very real. Finances, myself included, self-image, myself included, insecurities, myself included. I can name a lot of those things, and to us, they do feel real. The power of them being real depends on us, however. Since I do work with energy and study a lot of psychology, have a degree in communication, all of the tips I want to provide you, including accountability, is going to bring not only a spiritual realm to you, but a pragmatic one. I don't want you flying about, in air and space and thinking, things will resolve themselves by themselves. The reality is you are the master of your fate, and there is such a thing as fate. So if you learn the devices and the tools simply by starting off with acknowledging your fears and the childlike situations that may have bred or put the seed of fear inside of you. It is the beginning of a great journey. I am not going to tell you that all journeys are simple, nor do they happen overnight. However, because it is in your fate, I have seen clients of mine change their perspective overnight simply by choosing to do so. I'm not as easy to do, whether I have my own contradictions, addictions, and so forth. So the reality of healing is also having a guide, hopefully like myself, reach out to you, regardless of gender or age, and help you understand that fear cannot survive when your vibration is higher than the low frequency. In another episode to come, I will be talking a little bit more scientifically, to the best of my knowledge, about frequencies and sounds and how literally energy can be converted. But if you look at yourself in the mirror and truly understand you are not alone, and that these fears, real or not, can be dismissed through a process, then you've begun. You've begun at least 50% of the journey, in my opinion. One of the critiques I have from clients is that I intimidate them. And at first I used to take it all personally. I intimidate you. Yes, I'm tall and, a little overweight and blah, blah, blah. But the reality is, I am somehow a window to their insecurity. And healing is not for the faint of heart. It requires looking at yourself and doing the work. So if you're prepared to do the work and hold that fear and crumble it up energetically as well as psychologically by intuition as well as powerful words, then I think you will be great. Now, I will end and show you how cuckoo I am. Of course, I like to prefer to use other creative words. So fill in the blanks as you will. But it really does work and puts a spin on things. Whenever I'm scared or, fraught about what someone might think about my delivery or being Allura, the intuitive, creative, healer, and mom, or even my weight, whatever it is that I'm afraid of, I literally walk into the bathroom or wherever a mirror is, and I don't have that many mirrors in my house. I'll go into that some other episode. But what I do is stare literally at myself, and I find my eye right in the mirror. Everything else is obliterated. And I literally say and do exactly what I'm going to show you. Allura, get over yourself. If you can't see that little action not only stings, but swings you into perspective, as well as can't help but make you smile. Neurologically, you've already changed your fear of, demise simply by this silly move. Now, I'm not going to patent it. You can do whatever you want with it. And I apologize for my raspy voice. It is what it is. And I'm trying to soothe it. Maybe it's allergies or not. But literally that step I showed you puts not only humor and a smile on your face, but brings you to the present, that there are larger issues at hand than your own little world. And that you are a contributing factor to the rest of the world. So with that in mind, I hope that you continue to subscribe and welcome any comments that you may have, any suggestions on how you overcame fear that are not dangerous or inane. Well, silly's fine. Who cares? And I want you to remember always, spirituality does not mean having to be boring.